Well, he did go out like a complete badass, so yeah. At least there's that. Guessed. I'm guessing Larsa, actually.
Al-Cid?
Oh no.
We let ourselves inside. The situation is one demanding some haste, you understand?
How did you know where we were?
My little birds, they tell me many, many things. My lady, the war begins now.
Then you were unsuccessful in stopping the Rosarian fleet?
I used a variety of methods. All went according to plan until it came time to request withdrawal of our most devoted generals. In their enthusiasm for war, our great military leaders went behind my back straight to Marquis Sandor's resistance.
The Resistance?
During training, a division of the Resistance ignored their orders and disappeared. They were next found exchanging broadsides with the Imperials over Old Nabradia.
Why would they go there? They were asking to be found.
You misunderstand. Those ships must surely belong to Rosarian Division. They may have joined Ondor's resistance forces as patriots or even mercenaries, but in reality they are regulars of the Rosarian army, under direct command of our war pavilion. This fifth column has invaded Imperial airspace and provoked a response. Unable to abandon them, His Excellency the Marquis was obliged to give his main fleet the order to attack. And the battleground is Dalmasca.
Should this fight drag on, Rosaria will enter the fray. The defense of Dalmasca is their excuse, and we will have a war between empires.
Correct. They will bide their time waiting to strike until the Empire has spent itself against the Marquis. But then he will crush them and the Marquis both between his hands.
Vayne holds the Dusk Shard no longer. His advantage is lost.
Vayne has advantages enough. He stands on higher ground, and my birds tell me he has awoken something quite large. Bahamut, Lord of the Sky. There was a stirring in the mist, in the direction of Ridorana, I am told. Bahamut awoke soon after this.
It is the mist that came before the Christ was undone. It breathed life into this Bahamut. If Rethers had not stopped it when he did, how much more mist might it have drunk? All went according to Dr. Sid's designs.
Yes, the man's last great accomplishment, I fear. And so it falls to me to put an end to the thing.
Vayne commands Bahamut himself?
He comes to Rabanastar.
Then I will defend Dalmasca and stop this Bahamut. This is my charge.
That's our charge, actually.
It's our home. It belongs to us all.
And my charge is to hinder and delay this Rosarian invasion for as long as is possible. I will do what I can. Ah, yes. When this unpleasantness is done, you must come to Rosaria. I will take you to the Amber Vale of Clan Margrace. Such things I will show you. Until then, I will be waiting.
And that is our final destination. In fact, if we check our world map, I think it is. No, not just the area map, the one that gives... Yeah, so we'll take the stroll to get aboard Bahamut, or Bahamut, or however you pronounce it. It's kind of inconsistent across the whole series. I think it's supposed to be Bahamut, but they say Bahamut in a lot of Final Fantasy, and Alcide seemed to pronounce it both ways in that cutscene. But, yeah. Get used to seeing that comment on your map screen, because that is the only one you'll see from now on. Bahamut is the point of no return. Once you fly there on the Strahl, you are taken into the final sequence of battles. So, I have one more thing that I want to take care of before we head to the endgame, and that is the Nebraeus Deadlands and the Necrol of Nabudis. Actually, 3 things. You might have thought that I just said 2, but no, because there's a side quest you need to do before you can actually access the boss of the Necrol of Nabudis, the main boss at least. And that is what I'm going to be covering in the rest of this part, which has been mostly cutscenes for now. The 3 Medallions quest. In order to even start it though, I actually need to head a little bit into the Nebraeus Deadlands. Slightly past the first save crystal, and the quickest way there is to teleport to the Salika Wood, because I don't think I can land the Strahl in there, at least not yet. I don't know if we've already started this part of the quest yet or not. I think it's this guy we need to speak to, and I know I've spoken to him before. Oh yeah, you have to ask him all of the questions, so I actually haven't done this before. Okay, what are your disciples doing? Keys of great importance. So yes, these all unlock doors to mini-bosses within Nabudis. Loyal but slow, okay. Too well to leave. Now, I believe if you, once you've asked him everything, one of his disciples should show up in Rabanasta, in Lowtown particularly, right outside of Old Dalen's house. Now, is he outside or is he in Old Dalen's place? Ah, yes, here he is. This should be him. So, there are 3 medallions. One of them is in Arcades, one of them is in the Deadlands itself, and one of them is here in Rabanasta. However, the one in Rabanasta actually requires 3 steps. There are 3 sub-pieces of it, and we should already have one of them. The Blackened Fragments. You received it as a reward for finding and returning Samal's stolen articles. So, you might not remember that, but that's the reward from the Orthrus hunt, I believe, with the Contrite Thief. We also need the Sluice Gate key to get another medallion, and that is obtained from the White Moose hunt. And we also need access to a house. I don't think it's 100% necessary, but you need to complete the Wraith hunt to even have access to the White Moose hunt to begin with, I think. Yeah, you need to complete 3 of the sewer hunts to have access to all of this. The Wraith one makes it easier, but I'm pretty sure it's a prerequisite anyway. Yeah, Dalen kind of dropped out of the story after the start of the game, even though he seemed kind of important. I wish there was a little bit more of him that got focused on, but anyway. Yeah, whatever's hidden behind these must be pretty dangerous, considering that it was locked behind 3 medallions, and then one of the medallions was split into 4. So, yes, he has one of them, and the other 2 were hidden. I already have one of those. I believe I have... Actually, no, I have the one that was given to a person. Their knowledge might be a key, okay. Lived in the North Sprawl. Yes, can I actually show you the one fragment I already have? Yeah, the Blackened Fragment. mean, if I didn't know this was a side quest, I'd actually be a little suspicious if someone was just asking for pieces of a magical artifact that was meant to seal something away, but anyway. So the North Sprawl, yeah, there's the North Sprawl. So the house they're actually talking about is the house that's now occupied by that child that we, didn't exactly rescue from the Wraith, but the Wraith was, scaring the child, so, it was a young Sikh, so we need to find them. And yep, this is that house, the private residence. Because if there's a house in an RPG that you can go into, well, I mean, I would say that usually it means there's something important there, but not always. Yeah, so Deeg. So with that, we can check this letter. I know my days grow short. I regret only that I shall not have the opportunity to return that item entrusted to me all these many years. I have divided into 4 pieces. Yeah, we already know that. I have enclosed the whereabouts of one of the 4 in the event its rightful owner should come seeking to recover it. Stop the water's flow, then loose it once more. East, southeast, east, southwest, southeast. I pray that it rest there undisturbed. So obviously, if you know about the sluice gate key and the switches in the waterway, this is referring to the order you need to activate the switches. Stop the water's flow means you have to turn everything off and start from there. So just excuse me while I write down this combination. You can find it in online guides anyway, but yeah, you're supposed to get the combination via this letter. Oh, and I think you should be able to... Yeah, you can view the letter at any time in your inventory, so I didn't even need to write it down. So now they're all off, we need to rotate the camera this way so that the switches kind of match the orientation of the map here. So, from here, we need to go east. I wish there was a way to skip these animations, though. They're annoyingly long. Southeast. East. That means turn this one off. Southwest. And southeast. So yeah, you should hear a sound there. And that means that somewhere in this area, there should be a sparkly... Here we go. Dull fragments, even though it was called shiny objects. While I'm here, though, it bugs me that I missed a Technic chest earlier, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that while I can. Well, those things are a lot easier now that we have Holy. Yep, there's Achilles. It's right in the center portion of number 4, I still can't pronounce this, Cloaca Spur? But yeah, it's at the, central part of that. Okay, Philo, yeah, we need to talk to you. So, there's, yeah, that last fragment we need to search for on the city streets. So, around the fountain, there should be somebody called Curious Woman. Yeah, that would look like her. Yeah, she's looking into that fountain. Apparently, she only appears after you've talked to Philo. Aha, someone with amnesia. Given this is an RPG world, anyone with amnesia is going to have very significant memories if they remember them. So this seems pretty unrelated. So next we need to talk to a banger around the clan provisioner. Yeah, asking around in the bazaar is probably the best way to find out where that necklace could have come from. To an Imperial. So we need to look for an Imperial soldier who's been kicked out of the bar. Yeah, he's in the magic shop, and is this the same guy who we helped with the Wyvern quest? I don't know. Well, that's not a good sign. When that guy said to say goodbye to your friends, apparently he meant it literally. You need to talk to Philo in order to progress things here. I guess that's because the woman's staying with her. So yeah, we have the option to be taken straight there. She and Kites know all the gossip. Philo and Kites do actually get a bigger role in Revenant Wings, as I've mentioned before, and Tomage, the bar, at the bar, does as well. Oh, don't worry, that is the best parting gift you could possibly give us. I do kind of wish they could keep that fragment, but we actually do need it for something. And there's that hands behind head pose again, which I always called the Varn, but he doesn't do it as often as I remember him doing it. And now we should have all the remaining fragments you need. We actually only need 2 more because this guy had one of them all along. So, we don't actually get the medallion now, but this is just setting us... Oh, okay, he just teleported. But yeah, he just set us up to receive the medallion later. For the second of 3 medallions, we need to make our way to Arcades. So we're looking for a Namu in here, that would be you. The Moonsilver medallion. You sold... So, one person who knew it was dying broke the medallion into 4 fragments so it would never be found and used, and you just sold it for money. Otto. So, Otto, I'm pretty sure, is in Old Arcades. Yeah, here you go, it's the proper gent that we need to talk to. Oh no. Oh no, we're gonna have to steal someone's engagement ring, aren't we? No, that's not true, but unfortunately, we're... yeah, just walking up to some guy and saying, hey, I'm so sorry, but we need your engagement ring. Give it to me right now. I mean, we have chops, but we're not from here, so I don't know if that really counts. Oh, okay, we're not actually taking the whole thing. You already took a bit of it, okay. Well, at least you're, at least we don't have to ruin that nice cross-class love story. Which just reminds me that apparently cross-class love stories were a very common component of bad creative writing, exam entries for my high school. Sometimes you could look at, like, past exam paper gradings, and some of the comments, particularly in creative writing, were quite funny. Wait, what? Who the heck is the Frog King? Okay then. Hey, taking part of it to make an engagement ring made it even stronger. I guess that's the thing with magical artifacts. So, who is this Frog King that you speak of? Frog King of Nabudis, huh? Well, in fact, Nabudis is the last place we have left to go, because we've done the quests to get the first and second medallions. You know, I can't believe I never actually noticed until now that oil actually makes your character look like, well, oily. It's just you don't often see enemies using oil, and the few times you do, you generally want to cure it as soon as possible, like that big bomb that uses a lot of fire, so obviously oil's a really bad idea. So yeah, now all three of the Namu are here in the Nebreus Deadlands. Are you the Frog King? I have a feeling that maybe you're not. Meanwhile, Varna's used for this scene, because apparently he's the chosen one and not anyone else in the party. So that's 2 years, and yes, that was all Redis is doing. Humberbar, Fury, and Chaos. So it is our job to go into Nabudis and slay the 3 beasts. But there's one more medallion that we need, and it's right here in the Deadlands. Overlooking Eternity. Every, like, area in this game has to have a melodramatic name. Ah, okay. So we need to go all the way over there, and I think that will be best saved for when we explore the Nebreus Deadlands. Now, from what I've read, you need to find a hidden path to get there, and also, it's where the Roblon mark is for, which I haven't actually fought yet, so I'm gonna need to go there anyway. But with that, after doing what we can do for the 3 medallions, it's going to be time to head forth into the Nebreus Deadlands next time. But one more thing that I just want to mention quickly, that somebody pointed out in the comments that I actually thought was really cool that I never noticed. So, one other aspect of foreshadowing to Redis being a judge is the fact that he is one of the very few people in this game who dual wields weapons. The only other ones who do are Larsa and the judges. So, yeah, that was kind of a hint all along, his fighting style. And on that note, I will leave you, and next time we explore this deadly blasted place and hopefully let free some of Redis's lingering regrets.